Liverpool win 2-0 against Southampton. The top four race is heating up. It's back on for Liverpool. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Let's go, people. Liverpool win 2-0 courtesy of goals from Thiago and Mane to put themselves well and truly back in the hunt for a top four finish and a Champions League position for the 2021-22 season. We have already shared the link tonight on the Discord server. It's in the category that's named StreamYard call-in links. You can't miss it. Phone in now. We want to hear from you. Who is going to make the top four? That's the big question. That's the big agenda tonight. The Premier League is looking juicy. The Premier League is looking like fire right now when it comes to that top four race. For me, Everton and Tottenham out of the equation. Not going to do it. But Liverpool and West Ham have a game in hand as it stands over Leicester City. West Ham play tomorrow. Liverpool play against Manchester United with that game in hand. And look how close it is. Look how close it is. And to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, Leicester's next game is against Manchester United. Is against Manchester United. There is a genuine chance here. But for the time Liverpool play again, for them to have two games in hand over Leicester, but for them to own and for them to be 6 points behind them. That is gargantuan. That is massive. Liverpool can do this, there's no doubt. West Ham can as well. We're going to take a look at the games and fixtures they've got coming up. We also want to speak to you and gauge your thoughts on tonight's performance from Liverpool. First clean sheet since January in the league at Anfield as well. So very well done to Liverpool tonight. We've seen Leicester this weekend, Spurs this weekend slip up and not capitalise on sort of the fixture and get themselves into a stronger position and thrown things away. My gut's telling me now Liverpool are going to do it. I said yesterday I think Leicester are going to fall away, but it all depended upon what Chelsea did today. We'll wait for West Ham tomorrow. West Ham have got the easiest fixtures, but they're not as good as Liverpool, and they're not as good as Leicester from front to back, management, etc. Ginger Fury here says, Man United lose 200 million kit deal. Big news. But at what cost? Who's that with? Is that with TeamViewer? Have they pulled away? Sorry to change the subject. Have TeamViewer pulled away from Manchester United? Is that legit? Is that real? I mean, I know that's changing the subject completely. That's not what we're here to talk about tonight. Hang on. Oh, they've lost a training kit deal. Anti-Glazer campaign exclusive. That's from Jamie Jackson. That's Aeon, who have been targeted as well. That is massive. Yeah, that says Man United have missed out on a proposed new training kit deal worth 200 million over 10 years after the Hut Group had concerns about the supporters campaign boycott. That's amazing news. We can touch on that a little bit more later. We're here to talk Liverpool right now. I didn't see that news. It's only just come out. That's why I didn't see it. And I'm busy doing this. That is gargantuan news. Philip here. Philip Hunt says, solid but not sensational. Glad we won. Definitely need to do better. Next season, I can't wait. I don't think we'll get the top 5 is what Philip thinks this evening. Let's take a few more looks at some of these comments here. A lot of people talking about the Glazers. We'll chat about that later. Terry, did you not see the bench tonight? It was like an academy bench. Right? Okay, Kev. What? Tell me why. Tell me what you mean. Have a point on the end. So that yeah, there's a lot of young players, but what are you saying? I need to know what you're saying there. Andy here says, better tonight at home. We still missed chances and made a few mistakes here and there, but still happy. And I get why you're happy, and you should be happy. There's a long way to go. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. There's no doubt about it. But Liverpool put themselves in a brilliant position to push on from here and achieve that top four result that they want. Legitimately what they want. Legitimately what they want, what they need. It's achievable. You can see it here. And when we look at the remaining games, West Ham United play Everton, Brighton, West Brom, and Southampton. Liverpool play Man United, West Brom, Burnley, Crystal Palace. Leicester play United, Chelsea, Tottenham. There is a genuine... I don't see Leicester City winning another game this season. I don't see them winning. Leicester City are not winning another game this season, as far as I'm concerned. And if Man United beat Leicester and Liverpool beat Manchester United, United almost giving it away. However, we beat both those teams and West Ham stay on track. We could open up the door for the Hammers. It is going to be sensational, this running. It really, really is. As I've always said before, I want your views. I want your opinions. Daniel here says game on. As much as we don't really deserve it this season, if Liverpool can get a result against United, I feel we will make the top 4. That is what Daniel Lawson has to say this evening. We're going to start going to the calls here. We've got Man Like Ram. We've got Tom. We've got Neeks backstage as well. Aaron's here. Raxis. We're going to be getting you all on to have your say. But first of all, we're going to get Liam on the show. Liam, what do you want to say, buddy?
That was a boring 90 minutes and a tough watch, but I'm glad Thiago finally got his first goal in red. But I'm still not sure about top 4. I'm not sure.
I didn't think the game was boring tonight. I thought it was quite entertaining, to be fair. Both teams had chances. There were still mistakes from Liverpool, which made it really entertaining. Some great saves. I mean, he had that bad pass that he made, but Alisson, yeah, he pulled off some sensational saves tonight to keep you in the game. They could have gone 1-0 up 30 seconds before you scored. He did his job magnificently well tonight. I thought it was an entertaining game. I understand why you're skeptical. Who do you think is going to make the top 4?
Chelsea. Oh, I don't know, because I've just got a feeling Leicester are going to bottle it. So maybe we'll get it.
If you think Leicester are going to bottle it, why are you not confident?
Because of the season we've had. It's been a roller coaster. Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
I hear you, Liam. Listen, man, thanks for calling in and having your say. Really appreciate that, buddy. Top man. Next on the show, we've got Cal Neto Army. Cal's Neto Army. Is that meant to me? I don't know if that means something. What you saying, bro?
Hello, man. Quickly, Cal's Neto Army is for Callum from Coppish. That's what it is.
Cool. There we go. I get it now. Yeah, what are you going to say, bro?
We played we played better than we usually did. Thiago scored a goal, so I'm very happy about that. So now people can't stick that he has goalkeepers have more goals and assists than him. So I'm very happy about that. Reece Williams. I'm not gonna say he's good enough, but I'm saying that today he showed up. But why does Klopp still persist with players like Gini Wijnaldum? They have no forward passes, people that are playing out of position. It's just jarring me, man. Diogo Jota, as a centre forward, Sadio Mane, he's been out of form. Great goal today, but he wasn't playing. I don't think he played as well as he could have. But I'm not going to say I'm confident about top 4 because Leeds United, we bottled it in the 85th minute. We bottled it in the 95th minute against Newcastle. So what I've seen in the last few months, I can't say with an open heart that we can actually get top 4 because we have 5 points out of 27 points, barring Sheffield United. Take Sheffield United out of it, bottom 7. Out of a combined 27 points that is available, we've only picked up 5 points. Now we beat Southampton. We've only picked up 8 out of 30 against bottom 6 teams. I can't be confident. We can't break teams down. So that's what I just wanted to say.
Listen, great call, mate. I really appreciate you coming on, having your say. Speak to you soon, mate. Top man.
Yeah, man. Top man.
Liverpool fans not sounding confident. We're going to get the panel on really, really soon to have their say. We're going to have Tom, Neeks, Ram, Sonny, and Rack all joining us tonight to go. What we'll do as well is we're going to do something for you live on the air tonight. We're going to look at all the remaining fixtures for the main 3 fighting out for this 4th place. And we're going to predict the result of each individual game and see where that leaves us. So not looking at it as go to a bit more granular detail in relation to that. We'll do a few more calls before that and some super chats here. Aaron says Old Trafford on Thursday will define our season, I believe now. Thiago must have heard me talking about him. Lol, great finish. It was a great finish from him. But listen, it's about time that guy turned up and did something. Do you know what I mean? It's He's had an awful first campaign in the Premier League. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Awful, really, by his standards in terms of the impact that people expect him to have. And I understand, listen, new country, he's not been able to experience life because he's been locked up, new system. He's a little bit older. You know, they always say it takes older people longer to adapt to new things and whatnot. But, you know, it's about time he repaid some of that huge salary and repay Jurgen Klopp's faith in him. And he did that tonight. And maybe he can kick on. Maybe this is the gateway game that opens up Thiago and you see a bigger and better him. Next caller, we're going to have young Aaron on the show. What are you saying, buddy?
Terry, sorry I haven't been able to call. I've been super busy over this weekend so far, but it's about to get even busy tomorrow. Look, for Liverpool, it was just a decent 90 minutes. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't as exciting as previous games, but it was just a decent 90 minutes. The Thiago goal was great. The Mane goal was good. Liverpool have a slim hope of top four. But I personally feel like Liverpool don't, and Liverpool fans don't like crucify me for this, but I think Liverpool don't deserve top four. I feel like it's Chelsea and out of West Ham or Leicester that deserve top four, not Liverpool, in my opinion. So there is slim hopes, but Liverpool, in my opinion, don't deserve it. I think they deserve Europa League at best. For Southampton, I think it's a good. They need to just see the season out. I think it had its highs when they were top of the league earlier on in the season, had its lows when they were near the relegation zone, and now they're where they are mid-table. So it's a good one. Before I go though, Terry, since my team season ends tomorrow, and because you won't get these Donny updates for the rest of the season now.
What am I going to do? Oh, no. Shit. Hang on. Hang on. If we're not getting any more, I'm shutting the channel down, bro. I'm shutting the channel. No. Finished.
I just want, because I can't call in tomorrow because I'm at the Keepmoat Stadium all day. I want to use this opportunity to say something right now. See, I called into this show the first time mid-January through the transfer window.
Yeah.
And since then, your audience, the panelists, you, everyone associated with the Terrace has given me so much support, so much guidance. My content on Donny would not be as big as it is right now if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for the panelists, if it wasn't for the fans of the Football Terrace supporting me and giving me all this network. So I wanted to use this chance to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for sending me on my way in my career as a sports presenter. Thank you. And I want to say that with the bottom of my heart. But we go to tomorrow, we get the 3 points, we see Coppinger on a high, and I get to speak to him at the end. And also I managed to get access into a pre-season match in July. So very good indeed. But yeah, from the bottom of my heart, Terry, thank you.
Listen, I appreciate the thanks. Although the popular opinion is that we do the reverse of this across there, you know, we've given Mark Goldbridge started off on this channel. I don't know if people know that. Like, well, he started his own thing, Soccer Box, but I remember when he was starting out, like we got on well. He asked me, and we used to post his videos and put a link in for people to go through to his channels. You know, it's always what we've been about. If we can help a content creator start and move forward and things like that, we always will. In whether it's giving you a platform, or sharing your content, that's what we've always tried our best to sort of do. So listen,
this season's been this is my first season on YouTube with doing my content, and it's been a mad season talking to AFTV, talking to TalkSport, talking to you guys, and you know, you, Robbie, TalkSport, they've all helped me in some direction. They've all helped me in some way this season to get my career off on a good start on the first season. So, you know, we might be in League One next season again, but you know, my life's changed because of you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because you've changed my life.
Listen, not a problem at all, mate. Listen, I appreciate
and I'll be back next season. I'll be back next season with your Donny updates. Stay tuned for that.
I cannot wait to hear about a striker that I don't know scoring against a team that I don't know in a league that I don't watch. It's going to be amazing, bro.
We could be getting Stephen Robinson, who managed in the Europa League. We could be getting a Europa League manager next season in Stephen Robinson. So stay tuned.
Honestly, Stephen Robert, I don't know. Mate, listen, I love it. Take care, bro. All the best. See you later on, mate. Do you know what I do love how he always brings up the Donny updates. But I have found myself now checking how Donny get on. I'm like, if I'm on the Sky Sports app looking at results, I always check how Leighton Orient get on because my brother supports them. I go and check Donny. I'm like, Donny lost. I go and do that today. A few people asking if it's true what I said about Mark. Yeah, listen, I didn't start. Mark Goldbridge has achieved what he's achieved because he is phenomenal at it. His channel was amazing. When he started off and his channel was called Soccer Box, I may get this slightly wrong because it was a long time ago now, but he asked me to he used to do he did about 4 or 5, maybe a few more Man United match reactions for the Terrace, but he would obviously promote and we would promote Soccer Box for it. We've done all sorts of things like that in the past, helping people out and stuff like that. And we don't do it for that particular reason. We just do it because we're quite nice. Do you know what I mean? It's it is what it is. If people want help, we'll help them out. I actually spoke to another guy that I've never got on with before on socials the other day. We had a phone call. And he literally was like, I thought you hated me all these years because you challenged a few of my opinions on things. And I'm like, no, bruv, just challenge your. I just think that you're wrong about a few things you said about football, but doesn't mean I don't think anything of you as a person negatively because I don't know you. We had a good chat and we kind of it was weird. We patched up a relationship that for me had never been damaged. I looked at it like, this guy don't chat to me for whatever reason, but that's just what we are. So I appreciate the compliment. But let's move forward from here. Do me a favor, keep hitting that like and share button. We'll do a few more calls before the panel comes on. Glory Man United TV backstage. You look under 16. Due to that, I can't have you on the show without parental permission, I'm afraid, buddy. So I am very, very sorry. I just need to do that to protect myself and you and everybody else out there. So if you can get some parental, if I see a parent come on the screen and say it's cool for you to chat, then I can let you on. But until then, my guy, unfortunately, I can't do it, I'm afraid. Who are we going to go to next? We're going to go to CFC Ed. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, hi, Terry. How are you?
I'm good, mate. What's on your mind? Yeah,
just to say, good win for Liverpool. Thiago getting his first goal. But as the top 4 race stands, my view has been you need to target 68 points, and if you get 68 points, I think you make top 4. And do I see Liverpool getting 68 points? Not really. I actually think West Ham will get 4th, and then I think we'll get third place quite comfortably because of the way we're playing at the moment. And that's for Southampton. They need to get the season over with because they've really suffered through injuries. They're playing centre backs at left backs and left mid at striker. So.
No, I hear you, bro. Thanks for the call, man. I really appreciate you coming on and having your say. Let's get the panel on now, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go through this top 4 race. Yes. I just clicked on Neeks and then disappeared. He's back now. Neeks is back. How you all doing?
Wait. Sorry. 1 second, guys. Where's Rat come from? Because Liverpool won and they're back in the race for top 4.
No, yes. I've been here for a while, mate.
Well, I've been here for a while, yeah. Fleeting visits.
Wait, why are you here, bro? You're a United fan, innit?
Because I'm mad. I'm mad that Liverpool are back in this top 4 race. I am fuming. I was so certain that Liverpool were not getting top 4. This was, you're going to play Europa League football at best next season, possibly European Conference League. And I look at the table, and Leicester have absolutely bottled it. I know he was your old manager, but is he literally still on the payroll? Is Brendan Rodgers still on the payroll? Because what the hell is going on?
Is a bottle job. Don't worry. Brendan Rodgers is a bottle job. He's never managed, when the pressure's on him, to actually achieve what he needs to.
No, it's not done yet. Come on now.
I'm quietly confident that they won't win any more games this season.
I agree. Leicester's running is tough. Leicester's running is tough. West Ham have got that running, which is they're all very winnable games, but they are not as good as Liverpool or Leicester.
Now the pressure comes on West Ham. So
Terry, I would never want Man United to lose a game. But what I would say is I want us to put our best team out against Aston Villa. And then because the game's only 2 days later, we have to rest and rotate. So I want to see, a weaker side against Leicester and then a strong side against Liverpool. And may the chips fall where they lay, innit? If we happen to drop points to Leicester and beat Liverpool, it's just how it goes. It's not our fault. Can't do anything.
I want us to do what Aston Villa did in the FA Cup. I want us to play the under-15s against Leicester on Tuesday. I want to see at the moment we've got quite a few ex-players, kids in our squad. Like I think one of the Neville boys is here. Robbie Savage's son. I want to see all these guys get their debuts. I think Ollie's. Do you know what? you know what I say? You know, just do it. Let's do it. Mix it up as well. Let's get some of the girls and the boys teams all involved. Let's just do it. You know what I mean? Let's give them
You probably still beat us.
Let's give young players a chance in the Premier League, Manchester United. Let's do it for the people. Let's do it. That's what we should be doing out here. Let's make a stand. Let's make a stand. Make a stand. No, Liverpool should be now considered favourites, in my opinion, to make the top 4. You are.
I know you do.
No. Right. So everybody said Rodgers is a bottle job. So that's them out. They're bottle jobs.
No, it's not. How can he do that to Leicester? They're literally the favourites to finish in the top 4.
Are they?
Yes.
Based on what?
If we're able to beat United,
right? So
if we're able to beat United with 3 points off,
lose, but
you know what I said?
To beat United with 3 points off, that's
we haven't beaten United since when? 2014.
But this is our best chance of beating United. They've got a horrible fixture run. We don't play until then.
Remember when we played them in that 1-1 draw? That was our best chance when they were at their worst in years, and we were at our best in years. That was our best chance.
Right. So let's go through this then, right? Let's start breaking this down because I think Liverpool should be considered favourites from this point with Leicester's 0 pedigree under Brendan Rodgers of winning anything or achieving anything, but other than playing very pretty football. That's a fact. West Ham. They have David. My squad shagged my daughter Moyes managing their team, bro. Right? That's who they've got. And they should not be considered favourites in doing this. You are Liverpool Football Club, who are currently still champions of England with one of the best goalies, one of the best defences, the best fullbacks.
Hang on. One of the best defences. Stop it.
Best attackers. No, that's what you all said.
Defence with an asterisk.
And Jurgen, I've got new teeth Klopp, right? How comes your last 2 managers are both...
hair. He's got new hair as well.
It's a weird one for me, right? They both did. But Klopp hasn't done what... Didn't Brendan Rodgers move to Liverpool, become manager, lose weight, get new teeth, start shagging the secretary and sack his wife off?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. If that happens a lot in life, I understand. People get promotions, get good jobs, and then their old life gets pushed away, and it's like, all right, suddenly... Yeah, I mean, because Brendan Rodgers was never bagging himself.
Watch that. Being Liverpool documentary. In that Being Liverpool documentary, you look at him then and you look at him now, and they look like 2 completely different people.
I know. Wait, it's like he moved. It's like he moved to Essex. Do you know what I mean? You literally come out, spray tan, everything. But we're going to go through these games one by one, like for each team, and I'm going to add these points up. So let's go to West Ham play next. So I want to go West Ham Everton. Who's winning? What's the result going to be?
A draw.
West Ham win.
Okay,
Everton win.
Everton win. Everton win. I don't believe I'm saying that, but yeah.
Okay, that's what we're going with. So Everton. How many think draw? How many think draw? 1, 2
draw.
So 3 think draw. 3 think.
Everton I think it's a win.
No,
I think it's an Everton win. I think it's an Everton win.
So you got two. You got 2 Everton win, 2 draw, and 1. Well, what are you saying? Sonny?
West Ham win.
Okay, so 1 West Ham win, 2 Everton win, and 2 draws.
I'm gonna go over an Everton win as well. So it's going to be no points in that first game for West Ham. The next team to play after that will be Leicester, and they play Manchester United on the 11th. So what's the result going to be in that one, Sonny?
Where is it?
Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
Oh. So that's on Tuesday, right? Because you guys play tomorrow, and then you play Tuesday.
Yeah.
Draw. Leicester's got a good away record, and we're playing 2 days before. I'm going draw.
United win.
Draw.
Oh, hang on, you played 2 days before?
Yes.
They play tomorrow.
Leicester win. Leicester win.
I'm going United draw. I think they throw the game before, and I think they play the youngsters the game before and go all out against Leicester with the place below them.
Okay.
So
I need to swap. We've got to go around in order because I'm getting confused. So Neeks?
Draw.
Rack?
Draw.
Sonny?
Leicester win.
Rack? No, Ram.
United win.
And what did you say, Tom?
Draw.
I'm going for a draw as well. So that's going to be 1 point there to Leicester. Liverpool then play Manchester United on the Thursday. Neeks, what's the result going to be?
Man United win. A good win as well. A good hiding 3-1.
I can see that you're smiling in the background, bro.
Rack,
That's exactly what I'm doing.
what you saying, Rack?
You know what? Fuck it, Liverpool win.
Tom,
Oh fuck! I'm gonna go draw.
Sonny,
Liverpool win.
Ram.
Draw. Boring 1-1 draw.
Oh, and I'm going Liverpool win as well because I think we're going to be exhausted by then. Ollie doesn't do what we want Ollie to do and rotate. He won't. Bruno, right? He's going to be coming on half time in a wheelchair with a drip. He's going to be so Liverpool win 3 points for Liverpool in that game based on the consensus. Let's go to West Ham's next game. It's an away against Brighton. I'm going to go to Neeks again.
West Ham win.
Rack,
Draw.
Tom,
I'm gonna go Brighton cashing in the next G. Brighton win.
Sonny,
West Ham win.
Ram,
West Ham win.
and I'm going West Ham winning that one. That's 3 points there for West Ham. Leicester's then their next game is away at Chelsea. What you saying, Neeks?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because they would have just played in the FA Cup final. I think if they lose the FA Cup, they'll lose in the Premier League. So, yeah, let me say lose. I'll say lose. Chelsea win.
Okay. Rack?
Chelsea win.
Is everyone Chelsea win?
No. Draw.
Yeah.
Everyone, one draw, but we're gonna go with no points.
Oh, right, we're doing overall. Okay, yeah.
Just consensus, just because it speeds it up a little bit. Liverpool's next game away at West Bromwich Albion. Neeks?
Win. Liverpool win.
Win.
We're all saying win on that.
Yeah, I'd say draw.
I'm saying draw.
Draw.
Oh my goodness.
We have a
We'll
crap
flip.
Why
record
are you
at
saying?
West
Why are
Bromwich.
you surprised?
No,
Honestly,
we have
why
a
are you-
crap
Would you
record
slip
at
up?
West
That's the
Bromwich.
thing.
We have a really
I know
bad
what
record.
you're doing. You're just trying to put it down so that we only add up 2 points from last year. And then when you
No,
do
we're
it,
being honest.
no,
No,
listen,
we're being
what
honest.
you're doing. It's like let's pretend we're not going to make it, and then when we make it, we can. It's going to be Frozen 2.
No,
not-
we're being.
no,
I'm
Let
being
them,
completely
sorry,
honest.
let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it.
I'm saying a draw against West Brom, relegated.
Yes.
West.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
We've
already
Liverpool
drawn
win.
in this
I'm saying
season.
Liverpool win. I'm saying Liverpool win.
What you saying, Nix?
Liverpool win.
Viewers, the audience, we're 50-50 on this. Right win or right loss for West Brom Liverpool. What's happening?
You know what, though, Terry? We've got an awful record, the Hawthorns, and West Brom are going to be fighting for survival here. I think they're going to get a couple of wins before us. I think they'll have a chance.
By the time you play them, they're down.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know,
they'll be
you know.
done. I think they'll be done by then.
Most of the answers were getting a bloody draw.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm seeing draw and win mainly, so we're going with win. That's 3 points to Liverpool.
Oh, what?
Wow,
Oh.
really?
Hang
Oh
on
my
a minute.
god.
Let's wait.
Democracy. Right, next game is going to be. We're back with West Ham again now, and it's West Ham away at West Brom. What you saying, Nix?
West Ham win.
Rack.
West Ham win.
Everyone, West Ham win.
Yeah, probably West Ham win at that point.
That's another 3 points to West Ham. We're back with Leicester. Actually, we do Liverpool again now because they've got a game in between. Burnley away, Liverpool.
Shit.
I'm going Burnley win. Burnley win.
Draw.
Liverpool win. I'm just going to say Liverpool win.
Draw.
Fuck it.
A draw.
You know what? I'll
That'll be
back
a
my
1-1.
boys. I'll go Liverpool win.
Right, so we've got 2 draws, 1 Burnley win, 2 Liverpool wins. I'm going to go with Liverpool win as well. So that's another 3 points for Liverpool.
Liverpool ain't going to Burnley and winning. It's not. They're not doing it. They're not doing it.
I'm saying win there, right? Leicester now, last game of the season. Leicester versus Tottenham, last day of the season.
I think Leicester's going to win that. I think. Tottenham are bad.
No. Tottenham last day of the season when it doesn't matter, they'll beat him like 3-0 or something.
If Harry Kane's got the golden boot on the line, you know he's bagging 3 or 4 to try and push that over the line. It's probably like a 4-3 Tottenham.
I think Tottenham
I think they're
win.
better.
Because
So
Spurs
what-
do it the stupidest occasions, man.
So, right.
Do it.
Inks has said Leicester win. Rack,
Draw.
Tom.
Tottenham win.
Okay. Sonny,
Tottenham win.
Ram.
Spurs win.
All right, so that's pretty much. We've already got 3. I'm gonna go over. I was going to go with a Leicester win, but it's three for you. So that's going to be 0 points. So that means in the last 3 games, Leicester are getting 1 point. So we're going to get down to this now. Liverpool's last game at home to Crystal Palace. What are you saying, Neeks?
Win.
Liverpool win.
We'll
I'm
get
gonna go Liverpool win.
Yeah,
Liverpool
I'll
win.
go with that.
You know, we voted Liverpool to win all 4.
10,000 fans. 10,000 fans in the ground as well.
Oh no,
Exactly.
we haven't done that, Terry. Don't tell me that. Have we actually?
See, that's
Put
why.
that down as a loss.
No, this is the thing, right?
Wait. This is why when you look at it, it's like that's why I said you judge it on the individual game and see where you come out. So you on that. Now, West Ham's final. Yeah, we'll get to the end. West Ham's final game at home against Southampton.
Win.
West Ham win.
West Ham win.
So,
West Ham win.
so we've done 9 points to West Ham, 12 points to Liverpool from this point, and 1 point to Leicester. So what that will mean? What it means Leicester got hard games, right? That means Leicester are going to be on 64 points. If West Ham get 9 points between now and the end of the season, that's West Ham on 67 points. So they're in 4th. If Liverpool get the 12 points that you have predicted, that puts Liverpool onto 69 points and they're 4th. So based on your predictions, but this is the point. This is why you should be favourites, because listen to it. Forget like the likelihood of winning 4 on the bounce, because I don't think you've done it this season, right? The point is on individual games you're playing, from this point, when you look at all things being equal, you should do it. What it will come down to is bottle. And whether you've got the fucking balls and the arsehole for it. That's what it's going to cut. All the bullshit aside, it's about having a big pair of bollocks and an arsehole that's tight.
I think Van Dijk's going to play as well. I think Van Dijk's going to play. I think he's going to get.
He's
I
not
think he's
playing.
going to get a couple of games at the end of the
No,
season.
he won't. He won't. He won't.
They'll
play.
rush him back.
Play.
They'll rush him back. They'll rush Van Dijk
No, they
back.
won't.
So
They won't.
No.
Because
They
are you
won't.
going to have? Are you going to risk your
Van Dijk's
most
not
prized
even
asset?
No,
Van Dijk's not in
Are you
training,
gonna?
he's running
No.
about
But you
there.
got to understand, he's gonna play the Euros. That's a dead set.
No, he's not.
The Netherlands
He's
are
not.
gonna get.
He's not.
He is. Don't
No,
try
he
and kid
won't.
yourself. He is.
won't.
He is.
He
He will
won't.
do. Don't
The
try and
ball
kid. He
won't
will
do it.
do.
The
Do you
ball
think the
won't do it.
captain? Do you think the captain of the Netherlands is gonna turn down his national team?
That's up to him. That's
Who's
up to
Van
the
Dijk's
ball.
backup?
The ball won't
Who's
do
Van
it.
Dijk's
The ball
backup?
won't do it, bro.
Daley Blind.
No, they got the likes of the Lick.
None of us know. None of us know.
They're not the likes of
It's
Van
a guess,
Dijk.
we're guessing.
There's people good defenders.
Guys, whether he comes back or not, we're talking about you making the top. I don't really care what the Netherlands do at the World Cup or the Euros, right? I'm talking about this top 4 thing. You've predicted 4 Liverpool wins on the bounce. Do you realistically see that happening?
So
Nope.
the thing is,
No.
like if you look at the last 6 games, so let's include last 7. If you include Newcastle, Leeds, we should have won all of these games, right? So if we would have done this 3 games ago and went individually, should we win this? I'll say yes. Okay, I said yes about the Man United game, but that's a tough game. United game go anyway, but it just shows you can't really trust us to get.
Well, that's the point. Liverpool are where they are because of results against teams that we would have said on paper they should have won.
100%.
I can't. So I based the Burnley one. Like if on a normal season, I would have said draw. But because Liverpool are where they are because of those results, I'm going Burnley win.
Yep.
For example.
But what you're voted for, Neeks, the way Neeks has voted is what I'm talking about. Is are they actually going to get it done? You should have won both those games, but you weren't clinical enough. So Liverpool are favourites. Liverpool should be looked at as favourites from this point because of who you're all playing, who your teams are, and who your manager is. I think West Ham are going to do it, though. That's who I think will do it.
I hope they do.
Because
you know what? Sorry.
Because they're the dark horses and there's no expectation. Liverpool and Leicester are going to crumble under the expectation of needing to do it and it being demanded of them by football. Where West Ham, if they miss out, the world don't change. No one. If West Ham finish 5th or 6th, their fans are buzzing still.
No, it's true. That's true. But there also is an element of the fact that when was the last time West Ham actually challenged for anything of significance? Probably in the FA Cup, the FA Cup final against us.
When Payet was there, they were going for top 4. 2016, 17,
So
2016.
There is something to be said for holding.
I tell you what's going to happen, right? Last day of the season, Liverpool are going to be winning. They're going to be 2-0 up, and West Ham are going to be sitting there 0-0. and you're going to get Declan Rice or Jesse Lingard for a last-minute winner,
course,
and then Liverpool are going to concede 2 late goals. It's going to be like Istanbul all over again, and they're going to go in front of you.
Fans, Terry, with fans.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the emote? Can you imagine? You're like, yeah, we're back, and then suddenly, out of nowhere,
the white girl from RKO.
Yeah, man. You're right. Ben Teke with a brace and Jesse Lingard at the other end. Oh, the tears would be amazing.
The only thing with me, like, I like West Ham because I'm an East London lad, so I got a bit of affinity.
Me too.
But I was rooting for Leicester at one point, but the way they've just thrown it, like they've literally thrown it, I'm fed up with them. Like I'm so fed up that they've given you an opportunity to get back in that I don't even want them to get anymore. I don't even want them to get anymore. How they lost to Newcastle? What was the other result at home? Was it? Who was it to? And they got battered. Was it Southampton?
They got beat against Southampton. They got beat. They also got beat. So they lost to. In recent weeks, they lost to City.
West Ham they lost to.
West Ham beat them 3-2.
West Ham 3-2. Yeah, they were 3-0 up. And it's like you're at home and you're getting battered.
I know.
It's embarrassing.
It's crazy. The thing that it is, the one thing West Ham will be kicking themselves on right now is their defeat to Newcastle and they almost came back. They went to 2-2, if you remember. Like, that game could bite them in the butt. But the point is that they had never challenged, but there's no expectation on them to do it. David Moyes isn't being linked. Like, half the Leicester squad are linked with big money moves to other clubs. The manager's being offered huge contracts to go and manage other teams. David Moyes ain't getting that. Do you know what I mean? David Moyes, do you know what I mean?
Leicester they're going to go out and get Samari now. They're making those sort of signings. They're moving up.
Yeah, because they have to sell their other players.
Exactly.
No, they won't. They won't.
Sonny, but that's my point, bro. That's my point. That's the point.
What?
They're moving up. So there is expectation. What is Brendan Rodgers famous for when he's got expectation on his shoulders? He bottles it, bro.
I think we overthink it. I think this whole expectation thing in ball, I think we just overthink it. I just think it's the players.
I don't think so. No. Because Leicester last season bottled top 4 when they were like in prime position to do it.
Yeah,
Leicester could well bottle top 4. It is pressure because Leicester. Do you not think that James Maddison, Wilfred Ndidi are going to be sitting there going, I don't want another season in Europa League when I've got Champions League clubs floating around me. Atletico Madrid maybe wanting me.
Sonny, why don't you think bottle winning mentality, whatever phrase you want to use, why don't you think that's an important thing in sport?
Because imagine you're a football player going into a game. Like, you can get motivated to go on a run. We can all do that. They're professional football players. Going on that pitch, they're going to be as motivated as they can be.
Yeah, but Sonny, I think also, if you look at what happened last year, that's going to be playing on their minds. Like, it's impossible for it not to because it happened before. It's like you were in the position and you lose a game, you're like, oh, for God's sake, not again. And then you lose another game. Like, it's not a quality thing why they're 4-0 down at home to Newcastle. Losing 1-0 or 2-0, it can happen.
As a player, shouldn't that motivate you?
So, Sonny, it's not about motivation. See, I'm not going to disregard what you're saying. You can be motivated for something, but bottle it. It's about being able to get over that line. I'll give you an example. Take away from football. Andy Murray. He was no more talented when he won his first Grand Slam than he was in the previous 2 finals that he was in. But he crumbled mentally. Tim Henman used to get to certain stages and just crumble. He'd then play those same people in like non-major or non-slam tournaments in finals and whatnot and beat them on a regular basis. It would come to the slams, the pressure, the expectation, and he couldn't handle the weight. And all it come down to for Andy Murray, it was learning how to handle it and cope with it. And people do these things differently. And I think what happens is it's that nervous energy. Even though you're motivated, it takes away your ability to concentrate. It takes away energy from you. I think, and the reason why I believe it's real is that I've heard thousands of sports people talk about it. Does that make sense? And I think
Sonny, on the opposite side, you've then got the players or the team who have got over those lines. So those players and that team can dig into something that they've done before. You know, they said, okay, what did we do last time when we were in this position?
Sonny, with the Champions League.
But Sonny, Man United used to score 90th minute goals all the time or late goals. It wasn't a coincidence. And if it was purely based on ability, we wouldn't wait 90 minutes to score it because you had the whole 90 minutes to score. But because you get to that position and the Man United players, for one, know we're going to get a chance. If we keep doing this, and the opposition, for a second, and the opposition are like, they've done this before. They're going to get another chance, aren't they? And then you do things that you weren't doing for the first 85 minutes.
I watched something, right, about that. And it was like a podcast or a show, and people were talking. And somebody made a comment like, "Yeah, but Fergie's team used to get lucky because that added time used to go up, and it was always longer than it should have been." And the person on the debate said, "But where was the rule that in added on time only Man United could score?"
Mm-hmm.
The point is that that board going up was where the mentality shift happened. Man United players believed they would score. The rivals also believed that in that time period, Man United would score, and it made
no.
It is. You know what? It was sit there in the back.
Hang on. Let me just finish, please. You say that, Sonny, but I'm talking. People have admitted this. They literally said the board would go up, and they would find their energy sapped. They would find themselves panicking. They would naturally feel themselves pushing deeper.
I agree with that bit.
So, but then that's the mentality thing. Then you just said no.
No, but the opposition, I don't think they're thinking like, "Oh no, we have 4 minutes added on. We're going to concede." I don't think it's anything like that.
Then why have so many opponents
for the other team?
Why have so many
boost for the other team?
I'll give you another
example. If you've played football,
Right.
and you've got a slim advantage, and it goes into the last 5. If you're winning and the other team is constantly attacking, like if all of us have played football, you do get that feeling. It's like, damn, we need to hold on for at least 5 minutes. We really need to make it. Even on a Sunday 5-a-side or 11-a-side game, it happens. It
does, but especially as a professional footballer, you need to get yourself in that headspace to just think, keep your head, body's a few minutes.
But Sonny, it's not like it's the last 5. It's not like you're only playing the last 5 minutes. You've played 90 minutes already of being.
Yeah, well, you do the whole game.
Sonny, but what you're talking about is literally about bottle. You're saying they've got to get themselves into the right headspace to not bottle it. The point is,
they do,
but they don't. That's why they keep bottling it.
No, it's not. That's not why. We can't say that they conceded because they bottled it. They just conceded because they conceded.
Teams that continually concede late, bottle things. Teams that continually throw away leads, don't win finals, don't perform in finals, consistently throw away opportunities of finishing the top 4. They're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again when it comes to the clutch times. That's choking, bruv. That's literally what it is. I'll give you an example. Do you drive?
No.
Okay.
Only learning.
Drivers out there, if you're parking in a tight space and you start going, I'm going to hit that thing in a minute, you invariably find yourself moving towards it. When you start overthinking about driving, you can't drive properly. If you go out in a car and go, I'm going to crash, I'm going to crash, I'm going to crash, I'm going to crash, you invariably nearly have accidents because you're overthinking. That's bottling it. That is what it is. You're overthinking, you're overcompensating, or you're trying too hard.
Let me rephrase then. If you're playing in the Premier League as that high of a professional footballer, the chances are, if you have that sort of mentality, you're not there.
All right, let me give you an example, Sonny, and a good one, because Man United, Liverpool, there's 2 players. One who is undoubtedly world-class in his career. The other one who was definitely in a world-class spot when he was at Liverpool. Vidic versus Torres. Vidic against every strikers that are better than even Torres, or worse than Torres, brilliant performances. Game in, game out, game in, game out. But against Torres, because of an incident here or an incident there, 1 or 2 incidents in his whole career, when he plays against Torres or gets into a situation where he's one-on-one, he does things that he doesn't normally do because his mind reverts back to what went wrong the last time. And Torres maybe gets a bit more confidence, like, well, when I came up against the last time, this is what I did. I'm confident that I can do it again. Drogba versus Arsenal. He played against worse centre-backs than what Arsenal had at the time, but his record against Arsenal was amazing compared to the rest of the league who had worse centre-backs than Arsenal.
No,
Drogba in finals. No, but I'm saying, but the Arsenal players and the defenders, for me, it must be, if Drogba can get a boost from having got the benefit of those situations in the past, why is it unfathomable that the opposition who've been on the receiving end of that in the past won't that their quality will reduce, or they'll do things that they won't do?
I think what it comes down to, if you can be mentality monsters and that mentality invariably makes you win, that can't exist without the opposite happening as well. And all those people are professional sports people. The difference is the ones who get to the very, very top are the ones that are consistent. And consistency is a combination of having the best type of skills combined with the best mentality. Even when it comes to things like injuries. Now, I'm not calling someone who has a bad injury that never recovers a bottle job. Some people have this inner fight to, I'm going to get... Cristiano Ronaldo's had a knee injury or a condition rather than an injury that's retired the majority of people that have had it. He is so dedicated to what he does. He supplements everything else and sacrifices everything else, trains in a way, does weights in a way, eats in a way to nurse that injury so he can continue playing at the elite end of the spectrum. A lot of footballers that have already achieved would have just gone, I haven't got the mentality to do that, so I'm going to give up at this point or lower my levels or whatever it may be. So there are levels within levels, but to suggest that bottling or weak mentalities or sort of a little bit of like almost like post-traumatic stress based on certain circumstances can't kick in again. There's too many examples in sport of where it's happened to suggest that it doesn't exist.
No, let me say this.
Do you know what? Last season they had it against Bournemouth. That Bournemouth was a game they were expected to win. Batter Bournemouth, they're in the relegation zone, and they lost 4-2, and that just set the spiral. That just set the spiral, and they end up bottom top 4. These players are good players, but when the pressure gets on them, they haven't got. I'm not saying that they're not good enough, but they haven't got the experience of the mental strength to go, right, let me push all this out the way. I'm going to just focus on this and this only, because it's only natural for a professional athlete. They can block out however much, but a little bit will seep in, because that's what happens.
Let me say this then. In this league, I think maybe in the lower down leagues it will exist, but in the Premier League, I think it's a bit artificial, especially with these clubs. I think there's so much money in it, and the players it's not. I'm not even saying it's because the money that they get paid. I think it's artificial. Like when we get invested in these games, we will say bottle because we think of ourselves in that position. But the players are so different. Like the sport is a little bit fake if you think about it.
Sonny, do you not think what they did last season was a bottle?
I need to ask Sonny a question. Why? Where are you getting this from?
What do you mean?
Legitimate. Where your opinion? Where are you basing your opinion from? What facts are you basing this on? So you're saying that elite level sports people don't have elite mentalities or bottle things, or they all just have...
No. I'm just saying that there's. I'm not saying that they. I'm not saying that there's no bottle. I'm saying that we're saying that they bottle it. I don't think they bottle it. I just think like when we say like a team concedes, I look at it as if they conceded. I don't look at it, oh, you bottled it, you conceded it. Maybe there are times of that, but when we constantly say it, I don't think it's a real thing. Especially in the Premier League big teams, it's so artificial. Like the amount of money that these
guys, would you say we bottled it versus Newcastle? Would you say we bottled it versus Newcastle?
So I don't want to go off this. I need to keep. I'm not pressing him. I want to understand this. I'm struggling. I don't want to go off. You're saying it's artificial and it doesn't really exist. Give me. I get your point. Where every 5 minutes now people call saying bottle. So I get it can be overused from a banter point of view. That makes complete sense. Yeah, completely agree with that. But if my team gets to 5 finals under a certain manager and we lose them all, is that not a mentality issue?
Well, to be fair, that depends on context.
If we're losing to teams that we've beaten in less serious scenarios, is that not a mentality issue?
For me, it depends the way you lose. Like I think the way Leicester have lost, I don't think they've bottled it. I just think they've lost fairly. Like I don't think we should use the word bottle. Like if you lost those finals by a little bit, you can tell the defenders are nervous. They're passing the ball away constantly. You lose the games like 5-0. I'd say that's bottling, but these teams aren't doing that. We're saying that it's bottling them.
Sorry,
Leicester are literally doing that. But Leicester are literally doing that. So you're on to your arm against Newcastle. So you're on to, for example, against Newcastle, Fofana against West Ham, both of them making individual errors that are costing their teams goals, and they're losing the games. So at what point what more do they need to score an own goal? I don't know what you're looking.
No, but they don't do that on a consistent basis.
Precisely.
But they do it in the crunch moments.
That's the point. That's what I think you're missing here, Sonny. Is I'll make you right. They play at the highest end of the sport because they're consistently brilliant. Generally speaking, they're brilliant players. But what bottle is, or the mentality we're talking about, is can you maintain that when it comes to clutch and crunch moments? And Leicester under Brendan Rodgers, 2 years running, have been clear by over 10 points in the top 4. And you're like, oh, they should see it through now. And then they started making mistakes, losing games, conceding more goals and losing games at a much higher ratio than they did before that pressure kicked in. We've seen Tottenham. How often are they losing semi-finals and finals? And not just losing them, not turning up. And forget under Jose or this season, right? Forget that. Under Poch, I've seen them beat everyone. But every time they got to a semi-final or a final, it didn't go how they wanted it to. They didn't turn up. They didn't lay a glove against you in the fight. Well, like they weren't there. And
well, no, hang on. Tottenham were better than us in that final.
One thing I said
about no. In the last 20 minutes, they decided, oh God, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go for it. But for the first 70 minutes, they were scared.
They were better than us. But for them first 70 minutes where they were sat there, stars in their eyes, or I'm overawed by the situation, we battered them because that's what it is. Bottling isn't all it happens over multiple years. Leicester could well bottle it again this year because they did it last year. Tottenham bottled it because they've done it over multiple crucial situations.
I'd also
go on, Rack.
I'd also say one thing. I think using the word bottle in when it comes to individual player mistakes is perhaps a little bit misguided. I think bottle is more about a team mentality issue. And when you've got a situation where a player makes an individual mistake, that can happen in football, right? At any level, it can happen. When you've got a situation where your whole team starts dropping back and you're trying to cling on to something with desperation, that's more of a mentality team situation than I wouldn't.
And past experiences creep in, but you were right about one thing you said there, Sonny. Liverpool weren't great in that final either. But remember the context of what was surrounding that final. Liverpool under Klopp were labelled as bottlers because whenever it came to the crunch moments, you didn't get over the line. You lost a number of finals. Jurgen Klopp, up until that point, had lost nearly all the finals that he'd ever been in. And people were saying, does he have the mentality to get over that final hurdle? And one of my predictions at the time was, if Liverpool do that, they'll smash the season next year and they'll go on to new levels. And the team that loses will fall apart. Look what happened to Poch and Tottenham. And this year's been a bad year for Liverpool, but look at the following season. Look what direction Spurs went in, and look what direction Liverpool went in. You winning gave you the mentality of we can do it. Fergie said this, when Man United won the Cup Winners' Cup, Fergie said privately, only came out years later to a lot of the internal people, we'll win the league next season now. Why? He said because they won the FA Cup, then they won the Cup Winners' Cup, and I can tell there's been a shift in the mentality of these players over the course of these last 2 seasons on the pitch, the way they react to a win and the way they react to a defeat. And you see this, and we don't get to see this. So where I take my sort of view from is what I listen to professionals speak about. So when a team becomes an elite winning mentality, winning a big game is seen as normal as opposed to overly celebrating it. The difference between something that Patrice Evra said, he thought was weird. We won the League Cup in 2006. And he said he thought they were going to party for a few days and celebrate. He said they did the celebration on the stadium and in the dressing room. And then he said all the older heads at Man United, everything got packed up, put away, back to Manchester, no celebration, no dinners. You went to bed early because you were training the next morning because you had a game to come back to. That's because at that point, Man United, it was like, we need to, like, winning that League Cup in the middle of the season, it's great. It's a side dish. It's not important. It was about going for that Premier League title and everything else along. That's a winning mentality.
Same thing. I remember
we didn't have that winning mentality.
I remember Souness and Phil Thompson saying something similar. This was back in the days when the European Cup finished and the season was still there were still a few games of the season left. We won the European Cup, and they said, "Look, enjoy it today, enjoy it tomorrow, but we've got a game in a week's time, so pull yourself together." So it is when you get that elite mentality, it does make a difference.
I completely hear that. We've got a couple of calls I want to bring on to have their say. Really good conversation though. Like I do, excuse me. I do get where Sonny's coming from, and I mean that in a nice way, in the sense of the word bottle gets overused. This is what always happens. You've always got to differentiate between a serious conversation about sport and banter.
Yeah.
And for me, because they're two different things, and I think what happened in this conversation, they're amalgamated together. Not every mistake is bottle, but a team, going 4-0 down to Newcastle at home doesn't happen to Leicester, but it happened when they need to win. And there's a difference. When you need to deliver something, it's hard. And I'm a salesperson and this happens. Some people, when the pressure's on and they've got to hit certain targets, You see, I've seen it. I've seen it in my team. I've seen it in my team members and my staff, where it's like you're overcompensating, you're trying too hard, you're panicking, or whatever it may be. It's a mentality issue. They suddenly land a sal or two, or they're in a really comfortable place, and they land more sals. You know, ask married people this. I've had about 100 married men say this to me. As soon as they got married, and they were out and about in the clubs and the bars, and they weren't looking for anybody, more women were attracted to them. Do you know why that was? It's because they were cool, calm, collected, and relaxed. They weren't like, oh, I want to pull something. Mentality plays a massive.
When you're not on it, it's when you just relax.
Can I say my last thing then on that whole bottle thing? In the games where you say they bottle it, we only look at them because there's more concentration on it. We lost 7-2 to Villa. A few games later, we're top of the league by I don't know how many points. So I think we look at that game by so much more sense. It's only the difference bottle it. But if we say we're losing a different game,
Villa was 4 games into the season when it literally didn't matter. You can have results like that at the start of the season. They're not excused.
That's the whole concentration. Guys. But Sonny, your point isn't what bottling is. Losing a game that early in the season isn't what bottling is.
Bottling is when it comes on to you, the pressure's on you. You have to get these results, otherwise it don't happen.
In professional football, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. You treat every single game the exact same.
But they don't. That's the point, bro. I'm sorry, I'm shouting now. What you're saying is why bottling exists. You're meant to treat every single game as an individual match, and not an occasion, not an event, not with any more severity than anything else. But human beings do, and then it's handling the pressure. A FA Cup final is a bigger game than the opening day of the season because there's more riding on it. A Champions League final is bigger than an FA Cup final.
I agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's handling that occasion.
But as those professional footballers, if you're getting paid that much money a week, I believe it's set in your mind to think that.
We like to think they do that. Sorry, we like to think they do that, but they're never gonna do that because everyone else has an impact on it. That's the issue.
Sonny, literally, honestly, just because someone's paid a lot of money doesn't mean they can handle all.
They're still humans, bro. They're still humans. They still have.
And that's why. Otherwise, you would never really see mistakes. You would never see teams crumble or hide away in a final. Every game would just be 50-50 with no problems because if everyone's mentality was fine, they'd barely make mistakes. Most mistakes happen for mentality reasons, tiredness, stress, worry, anxiety. These things happen. Most of the time, that's how it is. But listen, let's do a couple of calls quickly. Loads of people waiting backstage. We're going to get Aaron, LFC, on to have you say what he said.
What's happening, Terry?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. My guy.
I just want to talk about this bottle thing real quick. Right? I want to ask Sonny a question. Sonny, did you ever, or have you ever played football, or did you play football a lot growing up? You know,
I play football quite a bit, yeah.
All right. So you ever been on a team, right, where it's a big game, at the beginning of the game, one guy makes a mistake and you can see the goal, right? The whole team mentality can shift from that, right? And say, oh man, we know that, we know that now we're behind and we need to get ahead. And people start to make more mistakes. That's all about bottles, right? Especially if it's an important game, you know? Like, it happens. Everyone's human. I know the professionals are getting paid money, but they're still beating a regular heartbeat. They still have nerves, and it kicks in all the time. We've seen it, you know?
No. That's the bit I agree with because I said that can happen down in the lower leagues, but I just believe when it's in those higher leagues, I think it's so much more official.
Sonny, let me give you an example quickly. Asafa Powell, you know Asafa Powell, the Jamaican sprinter, one of the fastest men of all time. He was breaking records all the time. Diamond League, a little meat hair, Jamaican trials, etc. You know he's got 0 gold medals at Olympics. Because every time he got to the final, and he wasn't just like he was finishing just behind someone who was quick that year. He was finishing 4th and 5th and 6th in those finals. That's nothing to do. And this is the highest level of athletics, sprinting. But in those finals, he crumbled every time. His strides got shorter. He was tight. There was pressure because he goes into the final as the favorite, as the fastest man. But he mentally could not deal with that pressure.
No, but it's Sonny.
But it's the highest level of that sport.
Exactly.
I think running's different to back my point.
But why?
Because running is a completely different sport. I know, like, I'm not saying I'm some professional runner like that, but
so it happens in all sport. You almost saw it happen the other day to Manchester United. We suddenly conceded a couple of goals very quickly, and for about 10 minutes, we were all at sea and could have conceded again. We managed to stabilize that, calm it down, and handle the situation. That's managing the mentality. When teams collapse and throw away 4 or 5 goal leads every now and then in that individual game. So if you were 2-0 up against 2-0 up, 3-0 up against Villa, cruising, and then they suddenly scored a goal and you suddenly were out of position, overcompensating, rattled, making mistakes, and you went on to lose 4-2, that's bottling the lead that you were in because you had the game in your hand. It was there for you to control. That happens all the time. But clubs that get labeled, or managers or players that get labeled as bottle jobs, are the ones who are seen to be doing this on a more frequent basis. So one of the things that was labeled at Jurgen Klopp early on is from the time he joined Liverpool up until Virgil van Dijk signed, Liverpool dropped more points from winning positions than any other professional team in Europe in that time period. That's why there were people questioning Klopp to say whether or not he was good enough to get you over the line. What changed? You stopped doing that. You brought in better personnel as an example to make you do it, but you stopped throwing away all those leads. You stopped bottling those situations. If he was still doing that, they wouldn't be doing that now, because if he carried on doing that, they would have sacked him. This is what happens. Mentality is so important. And yeah, you're right. Do professional footballers have a better mentality towards the game than a Sunday league football player? Absolutely. But what you're then not taking into consideration is that everybody that they're playing against is at the elite end of the spectrum. So within that elite category, there are different levels of mentality still. If you understand where I'm coming from, it's just the way.
Yeah, but I just think it's. I think that takes it away from the word bottle. I just think it's something else. Like not even.
Sorry, what do you define as bottling? What is your idea of bottling? What do you think in your head is bottling?
I'll give you an example then. Say you're playing as a team. You say you're the defense, an example. You concede a goal. You concede a goal. You go 1-0 down. Maybe the 80th minute. You're like, oh shit, and then you keep in fighting more pressure because your head's all over the place. I think it's getting your head in a mess, like getting out of that concentration.
Is that not what Leicester did yesterday when they let Callum Wilson score 2 in 9 minutes?
No, but I don't think that's bottling.
That's exactly.
No. It's different. I think when you're a professional footballer, that's always going to happen in the game. I don't even think their head's all over the place. I just think that's literally a part of football where you make those mistakes.
Sonny, I appreciate your opinion, but professional football players don't agree with you. That's why.
Hang on, what? What are you talking about?
Because they talk about these things. They talk about where they've collapsed or the opposite end of Aaron. We're getting a lot of feedback from your mic, mate. I'm really sorry, bro. They talk about these things, the mentality, how they, from a positive point of view or a negative point of view, they speak about it all the time, how they felt, what they went through, the pressure, the anxiety that happens. And that's why I find it really difficult when we discount what professional people have said about their sport. Like when people discount moving countries can sometimes take somebody 2 or 3 years to settle within a new league. You get some fans that go, I think that's all nonsense. But hundreds of footballers have said that's how they felt. It's like, why are we discounting their story? Why are we discounting what Ian Robin or Dirk Kuyt have said just because you don't want to believe?
Those names you just said there, I think that brings it back down, and I think this backs my point where footballs became artificial.
No, but when, for example,
what I said?
Well, I don't get it.
Yeah. Those players, like back in that day, I think football used to be like that. I think you used to be genuinely have the most care in the world about the game that you play. Now I don't think it's like that. I think it's so artificial, especially the teams that we're talking about.
Guys, based on what?
Based on the money that's been put in football.
The money's always been in football.
No, not this. No. This much money has not been put.
Sonny, it has.
Guys. It's relatively speaking. You know when Francis was the first £1 million player? Do you know the outrage that was going on? Footballers have all generally for the last 30, 40 years. Footballers have always earned really good money, but it's relative to what people earn now.
Okay.
I remember when David Beckham was 23 and he got a 20 grand a week contract. I remember the outrage from people that are, how can someone get paid that much? Now, if a player of Beckham status was on 20 grand a week, we'd say he's being underpaid. It's relative. But
what's the move with the average?
Guys, when you say artificial, sorry guys, when you say artificial, what do you mean by that?
Less care in the actual game. I think it's more about thinking of other things. Like you look at Neymar. I'm not going to say every player's like Neymar, but Neymar literally gets whatever he wants. If he loses the game, he's still got every man's dream in the world.
Is that his fault?
But this contradicts your point. This is the problem, right? You're saying money is an issue, but then if money negatively affects an issue, that's a mentality issue. You're saying these players are professional football players. These are the elite of the elite. If they're the elite of the elite, then and mentality plays a part. Then if that's not the case, then it negates your issue. What you're saying.
I don't get what you mean by that.
I have one more question.
So, from what Rack is saying, if you have these players that are on mega money deals and they feel they have a full stomach, they're in their silk robes, they're enjoying life and they don't really care about football, they should not be the elite of the elite because they do not have the mentality to play at the top level. That's what
they continue to do so.
No. I'm not saying that there's some weak mentality players. Of course, they have enough mentality to play football. They're there. Part of the reason we can all agree that it's their quality. It's not really their mentality. Like of course, they've got a good mentality because you're in the sport and you have to have a good mentality to be in football. But they're there because of their quality.
But
how can you put bottom on quality?
You only get to that level by having an elite mentality. You do realize that people that get to the top of anything in life, people that get to the top of things and are very good at those things. Some people get to the top because of nepotism and who their dad knows and stuff, right? But people that achieve the best, you have to have an elite mentality. People that are successful care more about being successful than they do sleep, than they do going out drinking, drawing girls, than whatever it is they do. They have all of them have elite mentality. Do you know how
I get that?
But you don't, because you just said
I do, because I know you need that mentality to get there. This is like, all right, say you're some massive fat bloke, you lose all the weight, you get to where you want to be, you're happy, and then you start eating again, you put that weight back on. I think it's similar with football. You work all the way to get there, you get there, and then your care kind of goes down because you're like, I've made it, I'm here.
Where I disagree with you is just anecdotally on the 50, 60, 70 footballers that I've sat down and spoken to. Why did you make this transfer move? Why did you go here? What are you looking to achieve? General chat. And you hear not one of them has ever said, I'm here to get paid, mate. They're here.
Are they going to say that?
They would have said it to me because we weren't talking in an interview sense. I wasn't interviewing them for YouTube. I was having genuine conversations with them. They moved to certain clubs because they wanted to work with this manager. This person develops them in a certain way. They wanted to create a certain type of legacy. They wanted to play in this league because it was the most prestigious and the hardest. And they thought it would give them what's up going on there? That's a madness. Someone just fell over. Honestly, bro, like I say, I understand your points. I do think they're coming from a place that is discounting what the majority of footballers in the past and present say about how they think and feel, both on a bottle mentality level and maintaining themselves as professional footballers. And some fade away. And footballers that stop working hard and lose that mentality, they're the ones who rise quick and then you see them peter out. You could argue a Dele Alli.
Dele Alli was the one I was going to say, yeah.
And that's a prime, someone who could still turn it around. As a thing. But listen, guys, I know, Aaron, you had one more thing you wanted to say, mate.
No, I want to ask you, Sonny, do you think there's a single AC Milan fan out there that doesn't think that AC Milan bottled the 2005 Champions League final? Do you think it was just? You think that there's a single one out there? Do you think that was a bottle job? Being up 3-0 in halftime in a final and then losing?
No, but this is kind of my point with that thing.
Or do you think that was just us being great?
I don't think it's a thing with mentality. I think it's when you score one goal, like that Gerrard goal, that Gerrard header. I don't even think it's about the opposition getting any worse. I think it's when you get that goal. I wouldn't even say confidence. It's just you get that bit about you where you play that better football. You move the ball much better. You have much more attack on goal. The opposition don't get any weaker.
Everyone stop. One at a time, please. We can't hear anyone. Go on, Aaron.
I was saying, in my opinion, if I was an AC Milan fan, I would say my team bottled it. If Liverpool went up 3-0 in a final and did not win that final, that is mentality to me
as well. But I only say out of anger.
What happened in that game? See, again, Sonny, what I find interesting about your responses, Sonny, is you're almost agreeing with us, but you don't realize you are. Like you keep giving examples. You said that when I'm paraphrasing here, but you basically said like when the goal went in, I'm not saying it was down to confidence, but then we just started moving the ball better, running better. It's because the confidence grew within Liverpool.
No, and but the opposition doesn't get weaker, which is where you bottle it.
They do.
When one team gains confidence, the other team loses it.
Yes, exactly. If you can gain confidence, you can lose confidence.
No.
What do you mean? No,
you can't.
No.
So if I'm sitting there and I'm missing,
get him out of there, man. Get him off this.
Sorry, let me throw it this way to you. If I'm missing 3 open goals, am I sat there going, "Oh, my confidence is still the same level. I'm gonna bag bees," or am I going, "I can't score at this rate"? My confidence is coming down.
Confidence doesn't mean bottle, because to bottle it, you need to have very large. You need to have very low confidence to bottle it.
We went up. If we went up 3-0, would you not say we bottled it? Be honest. In the final,
I wouldn't say.
Be honest with yourself, man.
Do you know what? Do you know what's funny? Do you want to hear the definition of bottling it? The definition of bottling it. Okay, this is what's written down in the Collins Dictionary. Okay, it says, if you say someone or something has been bottled, you mean that they have lost their courage, i.e., confidence. This is the official dictionary definition.
No, this is the Urban Dictionary.
It's the Collins Dictionary, and it says here. In fact, I'm not even going to quote the damn thing. I'm not going to put it on the screen because I've got something else I've got to do on that. It says here, you have lost your courage or confidence at the last moment and have not done something that you intended to do, or were in a position to do. So
that makes no sense.
The dictionary definition is about courage and confidence. And you notice what it says there, in the last moment. So losing early on in the league's campaign isn't bottling it. It's when you're in a position to achieve what you set out to do, and then you crumble because of a loss of courage or confidence. That's literally what bottling it is. It's a madness.
Sonny, would you say we bottled the league this year, considering we were top of January?
No. We did not bottle the league this year.
Did we lose confidence from that point in January and just go on a winless run?
No. We lost players, and this isn't even me saying that the injuries isn't.
That results in confidence. If you're sat there and you go from Van Dijk to Nat Phillips, you're going to lose confidence.
Listen, I've actually really enjoyed the conversation, as heated as it got. I am still confused, though.
You know where I'm coming from.
Funny, that's why I love you, because you say stuff that's mad. But I do like it. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. We'll see you all again soon. Take care.